Hey there, folks. How are ya? Joe DiSanto here, your favorite Quicken enthusiast and expert. Okay, so in this video, I am going to talk about what mobile and web is. It showed up in Quicken Windows and Mac. This is Quicken Classic Windows, but this is also true for the Mac. It showed up at some point, I don't know how many years ago. And I don't feel like it was really ever explained, and most people I talk to don't know what it is and why it's there, and if you should have it on or off or what. So let's get into it. You're going to see mobile and web in a few places. You see this menu up here if you have those menus on. You see this over here if you have this toolbar on. And, just as I often say, Quicken, has a bunch of ways to do the same thing, which, for me, I like that because I can really, kind of customize it, but often that creates confusion for others. So in their more recent product, Simplifi, that's not really true. But in this case, we see mobile and web on these toolbars. Now, you may or may not see these toolbars because you might not have them on. So over here, you can go to classic menu or standard menu. So this is usually always on right here. I'm using the standard menu, which is shorter. But this one over here is called the tab bar. And, they're in large part redundant because anything you can get to in this menu, you can also get to here. There's some things you cannot get to here that you can get to in here. And this down here, you can turn off stuff and on in the bar, but I don't think you can actually get rid of the bar. On this bar is mobile and web. So we can look at mobile and web in all these places and essentially turn it on and off, and then turn accounts that sync on and off. But you might be saying, okay, but before you get into that, what is mobile and web? Why is it even there? What are we syncing to? And this is the explanation for that. At some point, Quicken started to have the classic softwares, the locally installed softwares, which is known as Quicken Classic Windows or Quicken Classic Mac. They started to straddle, I say, the world of the locally installed and the web-based. And they created a web-based view of your data that you can access and interact with on the website. And then they created a mobile app that you can install on your phone and connect to this data as well. And when you have the mobile and web sync on, you are syncing your data to a cloud storage space that is connected with your Quicken user and password. By the way, I'm going to stop real quick here and just say, if you are just getting into Quicken and you want content that is a little bit more boiled down and also has some advanced stuff, I do have a course on Quicken. It's called Quicken Mastery, link below. But also, I assume you're getting into Quicken because you want to master your finances. You want to really be in charge of your personal finances. I have a bigger, broader course on that called Personal Finance Mastery, which includes Quicken, but also all sorts of other information about how to get your financial act together. Both of those courses include my Quicken templates, which are a great place to get started with Quicken because it has all my categories and everything built right in. So anyway, wanted to let you know that. Back to the video. So I'm going to go over here on the Quicken website, and if you own the classic software, and you go down here, so by the way, Simplifi and Quicken Business Personal, the purple logos, those are their new completely web-based applications, no local install. But Quicken Classic, the red logo, is the local install product, but it also has this web-based access. So if I go over here and I put in my username and password, I'm going to be able to see my accounts and info in this web-based format. And truth be told, their new web-based product is somewhat based off of, this code, I guess. They kind of operate similarly. Now, you can actually work in the web-based format. You can download transactions, you can add transactions, and if you sync, it'll sync back to your local install and vice versa. If you do work in here and you have sync on, it'll continually push data to your online portal. And the data in theory is supposed to always be the same. There are a little bit, kind of, what would you say, idiosyncrasies maybe between the syncing, because the web-based app works a little bit differently than the local and doesn't have as many features. So there's a little bit of like syncing curiosities, but ultimately it works. And that's what it is. Now you can over here, turn on mobile and web sync or turn it off. You can hit the sync button and it'll sync now. By default, if you bought, a classic version of Quicken, it would have mobile and web sync on, and you would periodically see this syncing Quicken and Quicken Cloud. And that is what it's syncing to. Now, there are other options here where you can choose to sync only certain accounts if you want to. Like maybe you only want your personal checking account on the web-based version for whatever reason, because you like to access that account's balance from your phone. Over here, you can choose which accounts to sync and not sync. I just have a few in here. Over here, it says get set up with Quicken Mobile. All that does is essentially prompt you to download the app. You use your same user and password for the app, and then you'll be able to see an app-based version that looks like this. The other thing I guess I wanted to point out is you can, again, access this mobile and web stuff a couple of ways. If you go into the preferences, you're going to have mobile and web down here. And here you can turn sync on and off. You can select accounts to use. You can change alert settings. If you have problems, you can reset your cloud data. A reset always happens from the local install pushing upward. You can't reset from the web-based data downward. And over here, this is where you're showing which Quicken account your database file is associated with. So this is a little tricky too. You set up Quicken locally, you put in your user and password, and when you get started, that's what associates this database file with that cloud account. Now, it used to be the case where you could only have one local database file synced to a cloud account. Now they've made it so you can actually have multiple database files syncing to a distinct cloud instance on the same user and password. So so like for example, if some of my clients do their own personal finances at Quicken, but they manage their aging parents' finances and they want to do that in a separate database file, they don't have to buy Quicken again. They can create a new database file for their parents, so it's completely distinct, and then they can actually sync that database file and toggle between both files here. And then they can even create or share that data with another user under a different username. So you can go over here under Profile, you go to Manage Sharing. This shows you all the different database file syncs that you have going, and you can share and then invite somebody. So it's actually pretty cool and pretty handy, but nobody knows about it. I talk to a lot of people about helping them with Quicken, and completely nobody understands this, and it's not utilized, I'd say, at all, as far as I'm aware, but I'm sure some people are using it. Truth be told, I don't use it. I like to work in the locally installed program. It's faster. It's got everything I'm used to seeing. I don't want to be looking at my stuff on my phone. I hate looking at important things on small screens. So I keep the sync off, because when it's on, you'll find that periodically while you're working, it'll just start to sync and it'll interrupt your work. So I keep it off. I don't use it, but it is kind of handy. And if you're the kind of person that wants to see your account information on the go, you can use the mobile app, and you'll maybe get some use out of it. So there you go. That's mobile and web. I will see you in the next installment. Thanks.